good. We good. We good. We live. We live. Okay. Check the forecast. Check the broadcast. It's the podcast. It's the boycast. New episode starting right now. Yeah. Look, they ain't got a clue. They saying how you make it in this truth without a bishop or a crew. Cause I'm the bishop and the few. I put the Jew up in the juice. He put the loose up on my noose and show me what I need to do to make the floor before the roof. Cause the rain is just a stain. And it rains on the blameless and the blame. And that would never change, let me explain. It mean I got grounded before I grew a little. You act like you knew a lot before you knew a little. It's not complicated once you get rid of the riddles. You teach the top is just the middle. You worse than some spittle. The real truth is too big and you bruisers are brittle. To catch this you need a net and I carry it like Kittles. Why your faith never lack? My power showed me. How you make it out of that? My power showed me. Why you always come to strap? My power showed me. How you able to see that? My power showed me. Alright, back with another episode. Episode 26. It's a little Q&A action going on. We still gonna present the show like how we present the show. First and foremost, I want to give big shout out to my daughter, Judy. She had her birthday yesterday. We had some fun. We went live. Had a little surprise for her. We tricked her in thinking that her birthday wasn't, because she was excited the day before. Like, okay, my birthday tomorrow, guys. So when it came, she was like, okay, everybody's my birthday. And we were like, nah, Judy, it's the next day. And she was a little down about it. And I really didn't want to continue. But, you know, it was a plan that we came up with as a family. So we surprised her. She was excited. There's a video up if y'all want to check it out. My wife made a beautiful cake from Manna Sweets. That's the business. My wife, she be serving people all over Cleveland. And yeah, so y'all check out that. Go check out the link to the sweets, man. Y'all follow. Even if you're not in Ohio, just follow. Let's get our numbers up on the page. But yeah, Judy, she was very excited. She turned 7. It was pretty fun, man. So we had a blast, played some music, hung out. The kids did some great things for her. And yeah, pretty cool. So speaking of Judy, my lovely daughter, we got another sister, a black inventor named Judy Reed. Judy Woodford Reed, an African-American woman alive during the 1800s. Now, this is what she created. Like I say, speaking of Judy and my wife and everything we do everything from scratch. She is the inventor, the patent holder for the dough kneader and roller. Imagine all these people in the world who are using the dough kneader and roller. It's all courtesy of a black woman, Judy Woodford Reed, born in 1826. She passed away in 1905. She was from Washington, D.C., and she was granted a patent. When was she granted? September 23rd, 1884. Like I say, for the dough kneader, which is, I mean, what baking company business in earth that, you know, they get their brick and mortar, they set up shop, don't use the dough kneader in some type of fashion or form. Of course, you got different companies come up with their different versions, but the idea came from a sister. She made it happen. I know everybody was like, man, how can I knead this dough better? A sister said, I'm going to save the world. I'm gonna save the world. So the last couple episodes, we've been showing the sisters love and showing their contribution to the earth, not to just black people, but to the earth. The earth. That's how great we are. A lot of people don't want to recognize it. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge it. But we are, I mean, it's looking like the greatest people that ever people. You feel me? You got to feel me a little bit. Because that don't make no sense. How every time we can just Google somebody, Google black inventors, you find things that the whole world is using to this day. And the contributor for this thing goes back to a black woman or black man. Some of them was in slavery. Some of them couldn't read and write. But they had the spirit, the intuition to overcome and be great. So shout out to the sister Judy Reed. We're going to continue to support our people by just acknowledging them. I think the stupidest thing anybody can do as a race of people, no matter what race you are, is to ignore the people who came before you and not give those people their flowers, so to speak. We as a black community, whether you want to claim it to be Muslim, Moor, Egyptian, whatever you claim to be, we all collectively ignore. We want to jump back so far in history and ignore a period of time that put us in position right now. We want to ignore those people. We want to jump back to the 1700 BC and skip over Judy Reed. Why? It's ignorant and it's selfish. It's selfish and it's ignorant. And it's only to our demise. Not telling our not too far distant relatives change the world, I think is very irresponsible. Uh I want to show y'all this brother. Well, I guess I can't show y'all, but I want to acknowledge this brother who is selling, man, he had a whole truck full of watermelons. Watermelons. Let me get his name. His name is Gideon Bon Yisrael, man. He out there in Atlanta. So if y'all go to my Facebook, if you it's links on my page, go to my page, my YouTube page, the home page, go click on the Facebook links, and you will find this brother on my page. He got a whole pickup truck full of watermelons. He trying to get rid of them. He like with the brothers and sisters. You know what? I gotta find a way to show y'all this. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna just link my page in this thing right here, and then y'all gonna have to get a hold of the brother. Get a hold of the brother. And support that, man. Support that, support that. And it ain't just gotta be brothers and sisters. Whoever wants some watermelons, the brothers got it on deck, man. So we showing love, we promoting. Cause when one shine, we all shine. And that's how I look at this thing. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna give y'all my page. Go to my YouTubers. And it should be not too far down. You will see it. He out in Atlanta. And if y'all want a piece of that pie, piece of that watermelon pie, go ahead and support the brother. All right, so I'm going to put it in the chat. That's my YouTube. Y'all can go to my YouTube, check that out. And Judy Reed. I'll throw Judy Reed Wikipedia up in there too. I'm gonna throw that up in there too. So yeah, I ain't got a grand show today. I just wanted to get LinkedIn, make sure I stay linked in with the brothers. I did have some things, I conditioned myself in that I can share with y'all. Let me grab this real quick. I want to give a shout out to also the Patreons that's on the Patreon. Y'all still showing up, man. Y'all still signing up. If I could, let's get some. All right, so we got a couple of people signed up. Let me make sure I run these names off. Romana, we got their name is a number, but shout out to you at the end of that. End of those numbers is RB. So shout out to you. We got Rose, Taurus, Hebrew Boo, Andre, Shani, Cassandra, Tego, and I think we mentioned Tego. But yeah, big shout out, big shout out, big shout out to the newer members of Patreon. I'll drop that link in there. And what the Patreon is free music up there. If you sign up for $4, you get free music and free content. But signing up give you more access to get these things because my stuff is all spread out over like Spotify and other platforms, and we trying to remove ourselves from these platforms because they are not artists. They are not really artist driven. They're really just company driven. You know, they based off what they can get. They really don't support the artist that much. So we removing ourselves from a lot of these platforms, and this is a good way to deal directly. I give y'all an incident where some brothers and sisters came to me directly for the music. We bypassed the middlemen. It's a lot of middle people. We bypassed all the middlemen and went straight to getting that action. Shalom, shalom. What's good, Timeless? So we just linking in, man. Ain't nothing. I ain't got no real news today. But if we can link in, chop it up, want to stay active, come on here on these Thursdays, like I said, like I promised. We're going to drop that Patreon in there real quick. Want to stay active. So that's the Patreon link. So we got the Facebook up to the brother that's selling watermelons out in Atlanta. Then we got the Wikipedia of Judy Reed, the inventor of the dough kneader. And it's a Patreon. Y'all can sign up for content that most, because the new album is not going to be, it's going to be only exclusively to Patreon. We got one song off the new album nobody ever heard. It's only on Patreon. That's the only place you can find it. And it's up there now. If y'all want to check it out, you can get a preview of it or you can download it. If you sign up for $4, you get everything free that comes up there. But if you sign up for free, you can purchase it off of Patreon. So we got that going. And I titled this, Be Great Q&A, plus a little more. The little more is the little things we're going to get into, whatever pops up, whatever we think of, and we're going to roll it like that. We got, so when I was discussing with a couple people, man, years back too, like when it comes to like relationships, when it comes to, trying to run a business, when it comes to even your talent, when it comes to you just trying to be great, I think we all get caught up in this perfection idea. Like in relationships, we all get caught up in, we want the perfect scenario to be. Okay, let me give you an example. I was watching this prank show on Netflix, and the guy was pranking this sister's mother because she always ghosting people. So the prank was he was gonna pretend like he was a ghost. He had the restaurant and he had the people working in the restaurant in on the prank, and they act like they was acting like they didn't see him or whatever. It was pretty funny. It was pretty cool. He's a magician, so he was doing a little weird stuff too. But her daughter, was back there with the phone. He had the earpiece in, so they would have little questions for her. He would ask her questions, and then he would respond I mean, he would ask her questions and have him ask, have her ask him questions. He would respond perfectly. And her whole reason of even being pranked is because she never want to settle down. She never want to deal with nobody. She never called people back, even if it was a good day or whatever. People with potential, she just never give them a chance. And so as he's sometimes saying the same thing with her at the same exact time, he'll ask her something to say on the count of three. Let's say this. One of them was because the daughter told the guy who was pranking her that she wanted to go out to Greece, and he asked her like, okay, on the count of three. After a little conversation, he was like, okay, on the count of three, tell me where do you want to be? Where you want a vacation that you've never been yet. And then on the count of three, they both said Greece. And then her eyes lit up. Her eyes lit up. She couldn't believe it. This is a sister and a white guy, though. Just to give y'all the visuals of it. So when her eyes lit up, I mean, once they said the same thing, her eyes lit up, and it was like, okay, this is you can see. She was like, oh man, this is dope. Okay. And then he started asking her stuff about Illinois. He was telling her that he was born and raised there. And then she's like, oh my God, I'm born and raised there. So this is supposed to be a blind date, mind you. And for him to have all these answers to everything and be so similar to her, she looked at that and said, you can see it in her eyes. And she's like, oh, this is perfect. This is a perfect scenario for me. Because think about this. Think about what you're doing to yourself as a person looking for a perfect scenario. This man had to already know you. Already know you before you know him to bring you a perfect scenario. That perfection came from him knowing somebody you know. So it wasn't organic. But I think that just to keep on the subject matter, we want this thing to be so perfect that we don't allow things to just so your idea of perfect, it doesn't allow you any room to grow into this perfection. You want it right away. You want this spouse or this scenario or this job to be so perfect soon as you jump in that you don't build up to it. It's no build up to it. A lot of things that we cherish the most is the things we had to grind for and work for. A perfect scenario does not allow you to appreciate those things as much as you would if y'all made a situation perfect. And just to get back to the story, so like I say, she been ghosting people. Her mother like 40, 50 something, for late 40s, early 50s, and she been ghosting people her whole life. I think of course she settled down for a little bit to have her daughter. I think her daughter was like 20. I don't know, I remember her age, but so after the prank was over, after he kind of scared her a little bit because he disappeared on her. Like I say, he was a musician. It was real funny. So at the end of it, the lady said, he asked her like, how was this date? Everybody laughing. The waiters and stuff got in on it. Even the customers was in on it. So everybody, laughed and joked. She was cool. She was a good sport about it. And he asked her like, how did this date go? Being silly. And she said, oh, I wouldn't have ghosted you. You wouldn't ghosted him for a scenario that made him look perfect. But instead of saying, I'm going to give an opportunity to somebody, even though it ain't perfect, let me give this person an opportunity. I got these guidelines. If you meet these guidelines, then okay. But to say I got these guidelines and every box got to be checked off either at the line or above, I think is unfair to yourself. You will never find anybody. You're gonna always be chasing this imaginary thing of perfection. I'm not saying things don't happen where it line up perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you in your mind thinking that the only way you can find somebody or let's just switch it to a talent. Say if you do music like me, I never looked for the perfect opportunity to do music. I mean, at the beginning I did. I was like, man, okay, this got to be this got to be that, this got to be that. But I'm like, okay, if this is the case, then I would never do music. I will never be able to get there and just lock in and just do what I want to do and do the things I love, because I'm looking for a scenario that's most likely never going to happen. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just do what I love to do. And when you just do it, don't look for the perfect thing to happen. Don't look for this thing to line up so good that you feel and you visualize no failure in it. And what that does when you do things like that, and then you come against a false reality of perfection, and then you fail, you destroy yourself. You put yourself behind even further, because now you're never going to find a scenario better than the perfection that you said was perfect. Now you got to find an even more perfect scenario for you to accomplish your goals. Just go do it. Just go do it. Be happy. Just go do it. Be great. And that's one of the titles in here. I did a song called Be Great. Y'all can check that out too. But just go be happy, man. Be great. Live your life. You're not going to find the perfect, the most flawless situation. You're just not going to find it. So if you're looking for to be married, you're not going to find the most flawless person. You're never going to find it, because you yourself ain't flawless. So you got to look at life in the true nature of reality. Nothing is perfect. I be doing the garden and I be like, okay, I'm gonna get these plants going. Sometimes the leaves want to die, and animals come out and pick on it. I'm like, hey, this is not perfect, but I still get to eat some vegetation, some fruit that I grew. At the end of it, I get the goal accomplished, even though it's not a perfect scenario. I think in our state of being entertained and what we like to see, we allow those things to be our guidelines and our judge and our leader. We can't let somebody else's life, imaginary or real or whatever, because some people, we see other people that we may know and think, oh man, you got the perfect life. But if we consistently tell ourselves nothing is perfect, I think you can be a lot more happy. You will be a lot more happier. Anybody invest and get into stocks and trading and stuff like that? Yeah. You ever put your money on something that looked perfect and it just wasn't? I mean, it lined up so good. Everything that looked perfect ain't always perfect. I think we realize that as adults, but never really truly take heed to it. You know what we always say? It was on a video game too, man. But it was okay. I'm gonna give y'all that on the video game. On the video game, it was on 2K years back. It say the dude said practice make perfect, but they say nobody's perfect. So how does that work when practice makes perfect, but nobody is truly perfect? And on the other side of it is, we all say we are not perfect, right? But act like we are when we dealing with things, when we talking to people, how we treat our kids, how we treat our neighbors, how we treat our parents. We in our mind we say nobody's perfect, but we act like we are. Everybody's doing the same thing. Oh yeah, man, everybody got their flaws, but you don't live in your mind, that you don't keep it in your mind that you do have flaws. You can't be happy like that. Acting like you're the greatest thing to earth. I have yet to meet anybody that anybody can vouch for and say, this is the greatest human that ever be a human. You're not going to find it. Because somewhere down the line, he didn't either curse somebody out, he done lied, he didn't manipulate it. Even though he may have changed and not that person, you still did it. So you're on your pursuit to being perfect, you got people who you passed on and dealt with that say no, you couldn't have been perfect. Because look at the things you did. So how can you be perfect and not be perfect? But think you perfect, but don't be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. You could be great without being perfect. Why don't we just try to be great? Live your life. Yeah, so I get into stuff like that because even me, I be sitting back like, okay, I'm doing all these things right, but okay, I can't fail. And then I have situations where I'm like, okay, well, if somebody tell me something, I'm like, I don't know, that don't sound right. That don't sound like something I should take heed to. So you start not accepting advice, not accepting wise counsel, because even though you may have done things right up to a point, you still have to understand you're not perfect. And that's just a human nature, man. I just don't understand it. But like I said, I get caught up in it too, but I'm always reflecting. I'm always keeping the mirror up. Like, we can't live like that. Imagine being in a relationship with somebody who cannot see that they are not perfect. Like, they think just because they're beautiful, they think just because they treat you good in certain areas, and that they don't have no room for growth. They don't have nowhere else that they can add on to because they feel like I do my job perfectly. Ain't no such thing as perfect. That's what it all boils down to. The word perfect need to be eradicated. We should never say that word again. Unless we change the definition of perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's change the definition of perfect. Instead of perfect being flawless, perfect can be doing your best while acknowledging your flaws. Doing your best while acknowledging your flaws and allowing growth in your life. That's the new definition of perfect. Doing your best while acknowledging your flaws and allowing yourself to progress and grow. That's the new definition of perfect. And if you look at perfection like that, now, yeah, you can be perfect. But if you're not, then you will never be perfect. You will never find a perfect scenario. You will never be with the perfect person. You will never be living your perfect life. Like I say, these are things I meditate on. I try not to. I try not to. Hold on. Yeah, like I say, I try not to get caught up in myself too much because we look at ourselves and we be like, somebody give you a high five and a couple handshakes and a couple attaboys, and now you think you somebody. Them pats on the back, it it, it really pushes. It's really you. Them pats on the back are like boosters. Boosters. It boosts up everything, even your pride. It boosts your pride so high, and now you can't even live life right. Now everybody around you can't be happy. So, like I say, that's our idea of perfection. If you kind of look at it like that, you can kind of really maneuver better. You can deal with people better. You could be able to look at yourself in the mirror too. And when you get into situations where somebody is confronting you as if you are um um they confronting you to tell you like, okay, you need to grow in these areas. It will make you even better. Just take heed to what they're saying. Analyze yourself. Analyze the situation. Sit down. Really look at it and say, okay, well, yeah, I can see what you're talking about. And then it may be a case where you can't see it, but that just is what it is. That's where prayer come in at. That's where meditation come in at. You got to really sit down and really think about life. Think about who you say you are and what you want to do, and like I said, and redefine the word perfection. You can find a lot more success in life if you don't look for a scenario that fits you where you barely have to do anything. And I think that's what it boils down to. The effort. People don't want to really work on something. They want it to be handed, so they want a perfect thing already molded. They want a perfect thing already done. If you building a house, it don't matter where you get this house from. You're gonna find something in the house. You're gonna say, you know what? I need to knock this wall down. So soon as you say I need to knock this wall down, that house ain't perfect. You can say, yeah, I done got the perfect house. We done laid out the plans for it. It's the perfect house. And then you get in, you say, you know what? I can knock this wall out. So now the house ain't, so the house was never perfect. So allow yourself change. Let's redefine the word perfect. Allowing yourself, if you say this house is perfect, and the idea that it applies, you can grow in it. Things can change. Now it is a perfect home. So we just got to change our wording, man. And then when you get into the, y'all know I like to get into these things, these supernatural things. When you get into the English, period, the language itself is spellbinding. These words are curses on us. So the English language is already defiled and it corrupts you. So when we start talking these words, we so it's so common. It's just so natural, right? But it goes against us. When you start breaking down words, you see the evil in it. Like the simple word morning. Morning. Happy morning. How can you have a happy morning? Just simple things like that. These words are curses. So when y'all telling yourself, y'all condition yourself, I need the perfect thing. I need the perfect. Now you already putting these spells on you. You putting these spells in your spirit, allowing yourself to be corrupted and corrupt others. So let's redefine everything we operate in. Let's redefine a lot of these things, man. Let's give ourselves some room for growth, man. Yeah, and this Q&A, so y'all can jump in anytime, man, and whatever. But yeah, man, I think that a lot of us just don't want to work hard for nothing. Don't want to work hard for nothing, no matter what it is, and especially in relationships. We don't want to have to grind it out with somebody because we can go find a perfect scenario, and then now you back at square one. Yeah. So with a lot of these things, like I say, I use it to reflect on myself. Um, I do seek wise counsel. I got some brothers around me, man, that whenever I can talk to them, I talk to them. Whenever my phone ring, I'm picking it up because I know I can get something from them. There's always something that they give, not even be intentional. Sometimes it just be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, man? Everything solid?" And I know that something I can gain something from them. Don't be looking to always. I don't be looking to always get nothing, but I know when I get off the call, I'm like, oh yeah, that was good conversation. Just something. You need people around you that gives you something. And then you got to be the one that gives too. You got to be the one to call people like, hey man, just checking on you, see how things going. Be the one to also want to give. That's how you be great. People want to be great. People want everybody to bow down to them without doing nothing. Without doing anything. I just find that pretty horrible, man. Pretty horrible. And very unrealistic. It's definitely a flaw in your making when you want something to line up so well that that you ain't gotta put nothing forward. Like you ain't gotta do nothing. And then you're gonna keep wanting to never do nothing. Like I said, when you work for something and you see at the end of it, it came out how you envisioned it. Those things you cherish. Those are things you want to keep to yourself. You don't want to never get away from it. But if something fall in your lap so perfect, that's too easy. That's too easy. But yeah. So I've been doing a lot of shorts lately. I got a lot of shorts up. Uh, funny videos. I see people be cracking me up on the short. uh, I don't care, but I do check out the comments and stuff. I love the interactions, man. I love them. I love them. So y'all check out the shorts, man. I don't care what y'all got to say. You say it, and yeah. So like I said, I've been doing a lot of shorts. I got a lot of videos up about the garden. Um, we got some videos up with the family. We got some videos. Oh, I gotta do. Okay, we got these videos coming up. I got my oil. Should I surprise? I don't know. Well, I got me and my son working on this project. I think it's gonna be pretty fun, pretty cool. Uh, and then we got some new music I'm working on with my daughter. So I got a project with my third boy, and then I got some music I'm working with. I'm working on some of her beats. My first daughter. Uh, just so y'all know, I got 9 kids, and we all live in the same house. And we have fun. We have our days. But I prayed for this when I was younger, and I've been blessed to be in a situation. And I wasn't looking for a perfect thing though. I was looking for this, and this is what I got. I used to dream, man. So when I was younger, I used to dream, just to fantasize about, having a wife and a bunch of kids. And I used to fantasize living in this area. And, it's a real nice area. The reason why I wanted to live over there, we had this guy who used to come from his house and hang with us in the hood. And once we ended up going back to his house a couple times, he had all the Spider-Man games, the new Spider-Man games. He had basketball hoop. Like, we was kicking it. It was one of the best times of my life. So every time I used to visualize, as I was a teenager, I was like, man, I want to have a family, live around that neighborhood, and end up living around the corner from my fantasies. So I know how the Most High work. When you visualize these things, you don't look for the perfect scenario. You allow the Most High to work with you. You be a righteous person, be a great person, do your best. Try to be great to others, not just your immediate family, but try to be great to others and be a beacon of light to the world. I promise you, the Most High will look out for you. The earth start to maneuver with you. You can start doing things like swap things, start moving things around, man. You become part of the earth. And then it be so, when things like that happen for you, it's undeniable that the Most High God is real. It be undeniable. Like I say, I visualized this as a kid. I wanted 10 kids. This was my prayer even when I was like 13. I wanted 10 kids and I wanted to live in this area. I got 9 kids and lived around the corner. Man, you can't tell me God ain't real. Now, what idiot would sit back and say, God, you ain't give me 10 kids and you ain't give me that street? What idiot would say that? This is the idea of perfection. This is perfect. Thank you, God. I prayed for it and you gave it to me. With work, with circumstances, with some trials and tribulations on it, now I appreciate it even more. So yeah, I always talking about that life experience, like the Bible saying, Revelations are our experiences allow us to be more involved with the Most High. I'm just paraphrasing. But our testimonies, I think he was saying, our testimonies allow us to really latch on to the Most High. And I can never forget those prayers. and then be in a situation where, I mean, come on. Come on. I think, and that's what I was saying with that. That's why I'm always talking about, praying and meditating and manifesting these. You can really manifest these things, but you got to allow yourself to grow. You got to allow yourself to go through some type of trial and tribulation. You got to allow yourself to be. You got to work, man. You got to work towards these things. I'm not just talking about going to 9 to 5. I'm talking about you want to talk to the God, right? A God who is a righteous God, who want to see the earth in a great shape. You cannot pray to a righteous God who want to see the earth in a great shape and not be righteous and want to see the earth in a great shape. So now you have to do these things that your God want to see. It's just that simple. Your God say, "Hey, you be right and good, you get blessed." Okay, I want to be right and good. Why don't you try that out? See what happens. And right and good does not just involve you. You have to be right and good to everybody around you. Be right and good to nature. Be right and good to people who would never know that you was being right and good. Just do it. I've been doing it for so long, sometimes I get frustrated with myself. I'm like, man, I'm being too nice. But I've been conditioning myself to just be a good person. But yeah, I use that, occasionally I'm like, man, I should just cuss that dude out. But, hey, ain't no telling what that did. Okay, let me give you another story. Okay, I was working at Stouffer's. I was on my way to Stouffer's. I was late. So I'm driving on the freeway, and my car ran out of gas. I knew I should have got gas, but I was running late. I'm like, okay, maybe I can make it. I just get, because there's a gas station right across the street. I'm like, maybe I can make it, get some gas either when I'm leaving out or pulling in. But I wanted to get to work. So my car ran out of gas. So I pulled it over, and I'm running. I'm running with the gas can. Oh, you know what? I didn't even have a gas can, so I had to go get a gas can from the gas station. So as I'm running up the freeway, a car pulled up in front of me. So I know they, want to see the situation, and it was a white lady. She said, where you going? I said, I got to go get some gas. I pointed to my truck, and my truck just went down. Now, I'm going to tell you how I look. I look like a regular nigga. Street nigga, whatever, how you want to put it. I'm going to work, hoodie on, new fresh shoes. I'm just a nigga. I'm a regular nigga. And, but she stopped. And she was like, okay, I'll take you up to the gas station. Running, it probably would have been another 10 minutes, man. I ain't gonna lie, getting to that gas station. So, because what we had to do was get off the freeway and turn around. Like, it was crazy. So, she took me to the gas station. And I had to get a gas can. And I asked her, like, after I did all that, got some gas, and I bought a gas can, got some gas. I asked her, does she want some money? She said no. She said, what you need to do is when you see somebody in a situation, you do the same thing for them. I'm like, damn, that was deep. These are true stories. So it was the night I was coming. This is well after I stopped working at Stouffer's. It was the night I was coming from my other job, and I seen the car on the side, and I seen some people in it. So as I seen it, I just pulled over, jumped out, and it was a brother who hopped out. He had his wife and his kids in there. And he was like, I told him, like, so what happened with the car? He like, man, I don't know. It went down. I thought he had a flat tire. I was going to help him get the tire together. But he said the car went down. Something wrong with the engine. So anyways, long story short, I'm doing what the lady told me back last year that I had to pay her, just be good to somebody else. So I told him to come on, get in, man. And then I took him, man. We went deep in the hood. So he was in a nice little van. The van was cool. Like I said, he was with his wife and his 2 kids. And so I take him home. He got an old school in the driveway. Man, they had to be sitting on some 30s, man. I'm like, oh, you a street nigga. 100% gang banger. But he was cool, though. I mean, he was talking his shit, sounding crazy. But he was showing his appreciation the best way he could. And then he was like, hey, man, when we taught you something, man. I said, no. I said, bro, next time you see somebody stuck, man, just help them out. He dapped me up like, all right, bet, I got you. And I just did what was told to me. That lady had to go through that same situation. And she didn't. She allowed herself to be righteous and good, putting righteous and greatness in the earth, and then I contribute with my part. Now, I pray that he contribute on his part, whatever that was. And that's how it is. The God you say you want to pray to and want to bless you, you got to see what their stipulations is for blessing. And I don't really why I'm saying stipulations like it's a bunch of them and everything. I'm not getting into who your God is. I don't care who your God is. But if your God is a righteous God and say you be good and you do good, then you be good and do good. And that's how you get blessed in this earth. So yeah, man, stories, man, that my testimonies, those are testimonies. Those things that molded me and shaped me. So I can never turn my back on my God. I have to continue in doing what I was told to do to get the things, right? Or to see the things, right? That I want to see and want to get. And it's just that simple, man. It's really not a hard thing. But yeah, and like I say, our testimonies it validate who we say and who we are. And yeah, those type of things, man. Like those two things I always hold dear because it really transformed me. Because that lady didn't have to stop for me. I could have been a danger to her. She didn't care. And I had to stop for them because shit, he could have been a danger to me, but I didn't care. I'm not saying y'all be foolish and put yourself in scenarios where you're not comfortable. But if you claim to be a holy of holies, if you can't claim to be part of the holy of holies, you got to prove that. You can't just talk about it. That's why there's a lot of church folks who can't prosper and can't get out of situations they're in. Not just financial things. I'm just talking about life. Like everything always going wrong. I can never get out of it. Then you can't be doing good. You cannot be saying I can never feel no joy and happiness. You have to be in a situation, most likely, not 100% sure, not 100% true, but most likely you're not a good person. What goes around comes around. Do unto others as you will want done unto you. You want somebody to slap the shit out of you, go slap the shit out of somebody. I mean, if we go look at it like that, right? It's just plain and simple. Whatever you put out, you will receive. Now the people that you put these things out to, you can expect them to repay you because they may not have the same God, but you don't care who their God is. You want to do the things that you need to do. What's up, Cindy? What's good? What's good, bro? What up, King? But yeah, you can't expect other people to do what you do. A lot of us say, all you did for this person and they don't appreciate you. That's because their God don't allow them to appreciate you. They operate in a different God, but you don't care because you're going to do what your God say, so you can reap the benefits, the spiritual benefits, as you progress on in your life. We don't care what other people do with for their God. Their God probably told them if somebody do good to you, you be an asshole. So now they trying to get their benefits from being an asshole. So don't worry about what they doing. You do what you got to do. And then once you walk in that light and you see that you can't operate continuously around this person, then you bounce. But you gotta show your light. You gotta turn your light on everywhere you at. I don't want to just turn my light on. I don't like to keep my light on. A lot of us, sometimes we gotta click it on because we click it off too much. I like to just keep it on as long as I can. Sometimes, I click it off because I'm human. Because I ain't perfect by the English definition of perfection. I'm perfect with the idea and the by defining by acknowledging that it is a place of growth while allowing myself to help people, while allowing myself to be a beacon of light. That is perfection to me. But yeah, man, I got testimonies, man. Yeah, and a lot of people do, and we don't like to hear it because it may sound corny or whatever. But your testimony, your things you've been through, allow you to be great. So, yeah, that's how I say, man. Stop talking about it and be about it. Unless your God is a talker and a not doer. Your God allows you to be blessed and being an asshole, and that's fine with me. But that ain't the God I follow. So I can't do what you do and get blessed and be right and feel good about myself. I can't operate like you because that ain't my God. That's your God. So, but yeah, like I say, man, these things have to help me build up, help me stay in my zone and in my realm of success. And I pray everybody they find their peace. And I pray that you find a way to find some type of way to help, man. Help the earth some type of way. You don't have to do the same things I do, but you got to find a way to help this earth. Some type of way, man. There's too many people. Even the things we see, the promotion on destroying the earth is daily, unrelenting. Videos and ideas and movies and shows, and I mean everything is about destruction. And it got so bad that we laugh at it now. We think it's funny because it's enjoyable to a lot of people. It's our entertainment. This how you know you in a corrupt situation, right? Y'all be seeing that stuff on Facebook, them little click the links in the comment you want to see. You have a choice, right? This is just, it don't matter. Usually it's some porn y'all be watching, but you have a choice. When somebody say, "Hey, yo, check this," they give you they give you the picture, right? And they say, "Oh, video in the comments." They kind of let you know what the heading is. If it's something sexual, oh man, she went crazy. Or if it's something evil and diabolic, oh, I can't believe he ran up on dude. So you know what the heading of the picture show you and tell you what you're about to receive. And once you go clicking, because usually when you click, okay, because I'm guilty. Usually when you click, you gotta find it. You can't just it ain't always at the top. So now you searching around the bit. Man, I caught myself doing that. I realized I was doing it. I'm like, oh my God, why am I so thirsty to see what the hell this person is posting up? Things like that, man. It builds your character. And then yeah, so that's how you know where you at. When you can't deny that. You can't deny yourself. You ain't ready to be righteous and good. Just be who you is. I don't want nobody faking around me anyway. Don't be fake. I love when people come to my page and be like, I hate your I hate your guts, man. I'll be like, oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're not a fake person. I appreciate that. Hey, man, if I ever see you, nigga, oh, thank you. I'm so glad I know who to look out for now. Don't be faking around me, pretending around me. No, I'd rather you tell me. That's what real men do. You tell me how you feel. You tell me how you feel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. So if it ain't no questions, we can go ahead and ride out. I was going to play a couple of my daughter's songs, but for whatever reason, when I typed it in here, I couldn't find it. She may have, I know she was talking about revamping her page, so she may have probably started another one. I'm not sure. But I got the beats on my email. But yeah, we're going to bring some content, some more content. I got some more shorts up there. We're gonna bring, like I said, me and my son working on a project, and I'm working with my daughter to give y'all a couple songs in the near future. Like I say, man, other than that, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. This was Q&A plus Mo. Be great. And shout out to Judy Reed for the dough kneader and roller. If it wasn't for her, everybody's fingers would be exhausted. Everybody's shoulders and arms, that muscle up under here, the triceps and biceps will be done. Yeah. So we're gonna leave it like that. I got the links up if y'all want to link in. Like I say, go to Facebook and check out that brother with the truck. He got a out in Atlanta, man. He has so many watermelons. I wish I lived there. Um, like I say, Judy Reed, and then we got the Patreon. Y'all can sign up to Patreon, get the new music free for $4 a month. Just $4 a month, you get everything free that goes up there. And if you don't sign up for free, if you sign up for free, you can still get a hold of the content that won't be. The new album would not be anywhere but on Patreon. So I want to throw that out there. Yeah. So that's the show, man. Episode 26. We'll be back again next Thursday. Hopefully I can get some music out by Monday. By Monday, have a new song out, and hopefully that project will be out Sunday with me and my son, and then me and my daughter. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Pray everything goes smooth. So I appreciate y'all. Let me see. I think that's it. Like I said, I couldn't find my daughter page. I was gonna play some of her new beats. So yeah, that's it for now. All right, y'all, man. Shalom, blessings. I pray everybody do well enough to do well enough. All right, y'all. Shalom. We'll be back next Thursday. I'll get up with everybody. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did that. All right. Blessings.